And welcome back, listener. Today we have a special episode for you. We received a shipment from Dragonsteel. It was expected. It did have a tracking number. It's in this square box. And I felt that this was a momentous moment and that it should be shared with my lovely wife, Tala, here. She is in her Shalon cosplay. You will see her at Nexus and in our videos from Nexus as Shalon from Words of Radiance. If you have seen the miniatures from the Kickstarter last year, she designed her cosplay off of that. It is art director approved. Ben McSweeney stopped by our booth and said, "That is incredibly accurate."
Yeah.
And it's real red hair. Tala, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Just like my job and
Whatever you
stuff.
want to
Or
say.
I am a Brandon Sanderson fan because of Alex.
Yeah.
And I have read You Mean the Nightmare Painter and Tress
Yep.
and have listened to Mistborn a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
About 3 chapters
Yeah.
of the Final Empire.
I liked it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was good.
And my job is malware reverse engineering and analysis at a large financial institution. So I do that. And yeah.
Yeah. And so that we what we're gonna do is spoilers for Mistborn, the deck building game. We are not going to talk about the story insofar as what Tala may or may not understand. We will
Spoilers are okay
spoilers are okay, but
for me.
we will unbox the box and discuss as we go along. And Tala will give her moderately educated about Cosmere opinion on the art. Tala does lovely art. So, if you'll pardon me, that's right. Screen shaking.
So um, retaining and not doing the journal.
Yeah, that's true. All right. We have Mistborn, the deck building game. Yay!
Yay.
Super shiny. First impressions. What have you got?
It has that wow factor.
It does.
Just looking at it, I want to play it.
Well, good, because you're going to.
Yeah.
So it's got Vin on the cover. She is pushing steel. She's pushing coins. Designed by John D. Clare. Good job for making a game. The back of it, we have all of the different types of components. The world of Brandon Sanderson's blockbuster Mistborn series comes to life on the tabletop in this deck-building game from acclaimed designer John D. Clare. Fight other superpowered Mistborn as you race to complete missions in a city of mist and shadows. Each turn, you'll decide which metals to burn and flare to activate your allomantic powers. Play against other players, or take on the Lord Ruler in solo co-op mode. Improve your powers through training. Purchase new actions and allies. From stealth missions to rooftop battles, you can win through intrigue or combat. Neat. So Tala, you and I have played a lot of deck building games. We have played Raving Spire, which I backed on Kickstarter. I think that was one of the first things I ever backed on Kickstarter. I loved the premise of it, going up a tower. And then we got Crossover Crisis, both Rick and Morty and the
Yeah.
Cartoon Network one.
Mm,
Those were a lot of fun. They still are a lot of fun. Haven't played
mm.
them in a while. What other deck building games do we have?
Um,
I think that might be it. We played Heat, which is a pseudo deck building game. You don't really build much of the deck as actively as you might other
would
games.
Munchkin technically
Is Munchkin a deck building game?
would it technically be one?
Uh, no, because you have a hand and you don't really build a deck that you cycle through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are well versed in deck building games, and we, at some point in the next month or two, we're going to set up camera angles galore, and you and I are going to play the co-op mode against the Lord Ruler, and we might also play a game against each other just to
Mm.
show people how it's done.
Deck building games are really fun.
They are. There's a
Yeah.
lot of variety to them,
Mhm.
and they're typically pretty quick, and they don't have too many components to them. But the first components we're going to talk about today are these babies. They came
Shiny.
shiny,
Mhm.
shiny.
Mhm.
These came outside of the box. So these are 5 foil cards. And if I remember right, they are your player card. You pick a character to be. Now, if you order the Mistborn deck building game through Dragonsteel at any time in the future, they will come with these cards. If you pick them up at Dragonsteel Nexus, they will come with these cards. If you buy them from your friendly local game store, they won't come with these cards. I hope that they work on a way of distributing these cards in some manner where you could just purchase them by themselves. Not sure if that will ever happen. So, after Dragonsteel Nexus, these are going to be restocked, or the game is going to be restocked on the website, and Wolfie has no consideration about his click clacks affecting this video. Hi, buddy. Okay. He missed us and it's been storming. So
Mm.
we're going to go through these. So this one is Marsh, the spy. All right. What's your take on Marsh?
He looks very powerful.
He does look powerful.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of these things mean because I have not read the rules yet, but he seems cool. I mean,
He seems like a spy.
he does seem like the spy. Then we have the classic Kelsier, the survivor. The survivor of Hath Sin is the first one
Mm.
to survive, probably, if I'm remembering that correctly. What do you make of him?
He looks, I'd say he looks heroic, but then also maybe like chaotic too.
You've hit the nail on the head.
Oh,
Good job.
all right.
He is much more anti-heroic
Ah,
than you might think
cool.
during the first Mistborn.
Well, that's neat.
We have Vin the warrior.
I like Vin from the bit I've heard.
Yeah,
Yep.
she is being chased by some inquisitors in Critic Shaw, the spire or the Hill of a Thousand Spires. We have
Nice.
Shan or Sean. What do you make of this character?
She's probably the best. I'm just kidding.
She has red hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. You could cosplay as her too.
Yeah.
Looks like she has dark eyes.
Mhm.
No spoilers. Uh,
Okay.
and we have another Vin. All right, and this one is Vin the Prodigy, which
Ooh.
is an earlier state than Vin the Warrior. Yep. So you get special cards. I know talking with the Sandbox, who is our guest host most of the time for our chapter readings for the Wind and Truth chapters, he was saying he's not really missing out on these cards because the foil quality to them makes it hard to read. And he's not wrong. So we're going to open the box and see what is inside because there should be other character cards and likely not foil. This was designed by John D. Clare through Brotherwise Games. Brotherwise Games are the ones who did the Stormlight miniatures campaign as well as the Cosmere RPG campaign. If you backed the Cosmere RPG campaign or want to back it with a late back through Backer Kit, you can also get the game through them. However, it won't ship until summer 2025 at the earliest. It will ship with the first wave of items coming out. So the fastest you can get these cards if you missed out on the initial run is Dragonsteel Nexus, or after Dragonsteel Nexus, they'll restock on Dragonsteel's website. You ready?
Mm.
The suspense. All right. We have a little advertisement for Brother Wise's other games. Boss Monster is their, if I understand correctly, their biggest hit. And then on the other side is the Cosmere RPG. Both of these are plagued by QR codes, as to be expected nowadays. We have a lovely rulebook, same image as on the front, not too hefty. Looks like it's got good illustrations. I know, Tally, you are one for reading the rules.
Yes.
I am one for watching a video of the rules, which I believe Brotherwise has done. They've also done, if I remember correctly, at least one playthrough or at least extra videos about this game. And of course, we have punch outs. Don't know how all of these work. That's cool. Oh, I see. Okay. No, I don't. But that's fine. So we have a bunch of punch outs. Oops, one got punched out. They come out pretty easily. Uh, looks like they've got all of the metals, most of the metals, all of the metals. The eight basic elementic metals, plus they have atium. Oops, Wolfie, don't move. Thank you. Okay. We're not going to spend the time punching those out, but what I want to draw attention to is this piece right here. It's got a stained glass aesthetic that works really well with the Mistborn series in general. We know Sanderson has a fond love of stained glass, and when he was picturing Mistborn, you can go watch the video. Cathedrals were a large part of the inspiration for the world building, and cathedrals have a lot of stained glass. And what have you got there?
We got layer markers.
Looks like it. Nice little cubes.
We got black circles. Is this
I believe
a spinner?
those are going to be for something with spinners, yeah.
They look like spinner attachments.
All right. And what else have we got?
Uh,
Looks like we got a tracker. Perhaps I should have tried to read the rules before we looked at all of this so I would understand, but that's part
you
of the
can
fun.
edit it.
Nope, not going to do that. Just kidding. I might. Cool, 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 cool. Then, oh, okay, we've got trackers for everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody gets their own tracker. We got
it's a lot.
multiple trackers. And here we have the other character cards. Looks like there's a lot more than just the original five. We got Marsh, Kelsier, Vin the Warrior, right? It is easier to see without the hollow.
Mhm.
Uh, Sean the Noble. Then we have locations. Okay. So we've got, oh, we got, so you do get an extra type of character card from the foils. You get Vin the Prodigy. So it
Oh,
might
cool.
be, yeah. I
Yeah, you get one
think,
extra.
yeah, I think they have the same, I believe they have the same abilities. They do not. They have different abilities. So that might be worth it to get it through Dragonsteel to get the extra card. Now the case they have for all of this is quite nice. It's got a lot of slots for the different components. I'm assuming all the Allomantic chips will go in there. The cards that Tala just unwrapped, go ahead and show that. Edict.
Oh, there's a lot.
There are a lot. Some wonderful
Um,
art in there.
Finish.
And then we have another set of cards, which I assume are the Allomantic things. Again, with the stained glass motif. Those look very beautiful. I am very excited to learn how to play this game. And I bet they're going to have it available to play at Dragonsteel Nexus. Wow. Those are super cool.
Oh,
And now they're on the floor.
there's only one on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Money cards.
This is we will get more into each of the cards probably when we play it in the video, so we know what's going on. But the art is excellent. Whoever designed this did a great job with the art. Like, look at that. Look at that obvious nod to harmonium with the word balance on that card. Um, and then we have their and this art, I believe, was approved by Dragonsteel. So um, this is a canonical depiction of the Lord Ruler. Um, very cool. That wow.
I have to say goodbye.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
that's right. You're gonna go take a lesson.
Yeah, it was nice virtually meeting everyone.
Thank you for being on.
Yeah. All right.
Come say hi at the Dragonsteel booth. Tal and I will be there on shifts along with some other people working. Come chat with us. Yeah. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. So maybe we will move into spoiler territory here. Uh, not for you, Tala, for the people who are watching this. Uh, it looks like there are. Look at these beautiful. I'm gonna sit in the middle now because I can. Look at these beautiful trackers with the stained glass. I I'm not I'm not worried about spoiling you. I'm worried about people online being spoiled. I don't want them to just get random spoils. They've got pretty colors. They've got, it looks like five different colors. How many people can you play this with? You can play it 1 to 4 players. So that's cool. Uh, so I love these coins. Uh, we've got copper, and then I believe you spend the copper and you turn it over. So it's got these really beautiful, I mean, obviously they chose the patina color when copper uh, oxidizes. Um, Great choices. Everybody get further light. And then, the opposite of copper is bronze, so they have the opposite color going on. That's a nice little reminder of what is um, opposites for push-pull uh, in each of the types of allomancy. So the interesting thing is, so we're going to move quickly into spoiler territory. So if you have not read Mistborn, uh, The Final Empire, Hero of Ages, and Well of Ascension, sorry, Final Empire, Hero of Ages, Well of Ascension. Nope, Well of Ascension, Hero of Ages. I'm gonna get it right. I can't punch things out and talk. If you haven't read those, and the 11th Metal and Mistborn Secret History, I have shown you all of the parts that come in the box. So feel free to log off and go finish reading those because I'm going to talk about the art in more detail. And one of those has major spoilers for the rest of the books. I don't know what goes where. So let me go back to the character cards because the one I really want to point out is how badass Marsh looks. So, like Talon was saying, Kelsier looks chaotic. Um, I mean, I don't know about you, but I really think he's not really a good guy. He's got plans that are ultimately net good, probably, if we think like that. But look at this Marsh card. I mean, it's obviously when he's in his Inquisitor era. Um, that's just super badass. Good choice of art for Marsh. I mean, it wouldn't make sense if it wasn't, but they did give him the nod to the burning bronze. I forgot what they called them. Somebody leave that in the comments, please. Uh, I'm surprised they did Sean Shan. I mean, not really after you think about it for a second, because she's, the third Mistborn that they show in the series, in the Final Empire, so it makes sense. Um, Props to them for doing a redhead. Good choice. They have, oh, this is cool. They have art of the pits of Hath Sin. That's really cool. That's about on par with what I was thinking they looked like. Ah, and it smells like my dog took a poop. Wow. This game has amazing art. Clearly. I'm very excited to play it. Stick around, subscribe if you haven't. Um, we are going to do our best to put on a good production for you. This will be the first in our games series. We will be doing the TTRPG uh, adventures that they have. Did somebody put these together? Now that doesn't make sense. Why would they have the circles and like why? What do? Did they did somebody punch this out for me? I mean, clearly they did. If you get the game, let me know if yours are already put together or if they came separately and you had to do them yourself. I'm curious about that. Not that I mind, I don't. But it was shrink wrapped, so like did they do that pre-production or did they do that for Dragonsteel only or what's going on there? That's what I want to know. Is there enough space for all of the Allomantic chips to fit? There is. That's a tight fit, but that works. And yeah, there you go. That is the Mistborn deck building game. Very exciting. I'm curious to see if they're going to do expansions that include Furukumi, or if they'll do a separate game that has all three. We know from the Cosmere RPG uh, that they are going to do a Mistborn uh, RPG. So they're coming out with Stormlight in 2025. They'll do the Mistborn RPG in 2026. That'll ship out. You still have time to back it if you'd like. Man, I'm very excited for this. Right. So we're gonna do the TTRPG adventures. We're gonna play them on our channel. We're gonna have the sandbox, Griff, me, Tala, and then maybe a couple of others. I know we promised somebody at Dragonsteel Nexus last year. If you're watching this video, I haven't forgotten about you. You will be in at least the first step. Yeah, we'll have you definitely at least on the first step. So look out for an email from me. Okay, yeah. So, like, subscribe, do all those things. Comment down below. If you comment on Spotify, you'll make my heart warm. Leave a rate and review. I was looking at Cosmere Conversations. They have a lot more ratings than we do on Spotify. So I'm going to charge you, listener, if you're listening on Spotify, to rate our podcast. Rate it honestly. I don't care if you give us a one. I don't care if you give us a five. I, I mean, the five would be nice. Okay, I lied. I do care. But I want you to do it honestly. If you think we're a 3 out of 5, put a 3 out of 5. I'd like to get more ratings. Okay, I'm not going to do the sign off that Griff does, but life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination. Drive safe, keep warm this winter. Come see me at Dragonsteel. Leave a comment, like and subscribe, all that jazz. See you